Hello everybody, yes it's Pithia, and welcome back to another video. If you are here because you want to make a Stealer Brainrot game, this video is for you. So we're gonna get straight into this, but the first things first, if you are new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, join up and join the Discord. Everything is in the description. If you are people who have been watching my series, which a lot of you guys have been watching the series and everything like that, this video may be for you or may not be for you. This video is specifically going to talk about starting and making a Stealer Brainrot game, kind of just like the old and first video we made in the series, but I wanted to do it slower because some people were very confused and are having issues, and I feel like I didn't really explain it too well, as well as the fact that there's just so many new kits out right now that it's up to you guys. If you have your own Stealer Brainrot game that is already made and has been making, keep following the tutorials. So for those who are watching the video that are new, you can skip this if you want, but yeah, those who are watching my series, this video is just going to be something a little different, and I think those who are watching the series should stay tuned and just watch my other videos because it's talking about add-ons and everything for the kit, and it's kind of harder to do that if you're using a brand new kit or something else. But yeah, so just going straight into this, you guys. Okay, so if you're on Studio Lite, you can do this a few ways, whether you go on the YouTube channel and get a few models. If you're on your computer, it's easy too because you can download and get the models either way. So don't be worried. You can do either or. And if you're on Studio Lite and you want to know how to make a Roblox game, I also posted a video about that. But yeah, so we're gonna just go into Studio, and I'm just gonna quickly show some things to you guys on YouTube, kind of what I mentioned and wanted to talk about. But yeah, so go on to Studio real quick. Okay, and so when you're on Studio, of course you have your games or whatever. If you're on Mobile Lite, don't worry, just have your one game open right now. But yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys some things real quick. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, like I was mentioning, you can join the membership if you want. I will be doing, we have a Discord channel that hosts, and we kind of talk to members in there. And for those who are part of the series as well, I talk to members and do model access. And I'm actually probably going to be giving out like uncopylocked kits and everything. So there's just a lot of stuff, but it comes with source code, and I help you guys out if you have issues. So feel free to come in here as I've been doing. But yeah, so going into this, okay, so on my channel, if you want to watch this video and use the old kit, you can, and you or the other videos that I've been making in the past, you can use the old videos and then watch the series. I have a big playlist that kind of talks about individually. Now, if you want to, in this video, we're going to be talking about and using another person's kit. This is a little different, and it comes with a lot of stuff already added. So yeah, like I said, those who are watching my series, keep watching because it's going to be a little different, and I want to do a scripting series from scratch, but that's just going to be a whole nother different situation. But yeah, so I have a series, but what we're going to be looking at is this person actually has a game. It's Studio Scripts. It's another YouTube channel. He's been actually doing a pretty good job at this. Now, this is a brand new kit, something that used of the old kit, which was made by Golden Milk. And sorry, this is like a yapping going on already, but basically we're going to be looking at his kit that was already pre-made, and I'm going to show you guys how to import it, how to use it, all those kinds of things. Okay, and yeah, like I said, this is actually the original kit. If you want to go watch my last videos talking about how to use it, we're going to do that. So go do that. And then this is the map as well if you want the original map. I will be posting a new one though because this one doesn't have 3 floors. So if you want 3 floors and things like that, I will be posting that. But in this guy's kit, it does have it, and it's actually updated with a lot of the most recent event kind of things, which I'm going to be adding to the old kit and series still because people need that. So we're going to have to do a few things with that. But yeah, okay, so we're going to go and look at the things. And what I mean by full kit is it's built like this, you guys. It has some nice like admin panels, shop, indexes, and stuff like that. There are some things that are missing from mine and his. But his also has a little bit different of kind of things. So I'm going to show you guys how to make it. So actually, this probably will be linked in the description, but the kit will be right here. So if you're on Studio Lite, you should be able to get this by searching up blah, 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 or by Steamworks. So just search up, you know, we can actually do this in a second here, but go on to Studio real quick, you guys, and click New Experience, okay? So when you click your new experience, or if you're on Studio Lite and you have your experience right now, you're going to be loaded in and prompted with a few things, of course. But you can go and click Game Settings. Of course, if you're in Studio Lite, you need to worry about this right now. And we're just going to call this SAB. I'm going to say just new kit for fun, whatever. So I'll just say for fun, just because this is for fun. Okay, and then don't worry about anything here. Console's good. Team create you can turn off if you need. But if you're doing this under a group, make sure it is under your group. I recommend it if you have friends you want to play with, but keep it as me if you need to. Okay, so click save and you should be good. All right, so what I was talking about, just going back real quick, in models, if you want to search up on your phone or if you want to search up on your thing, you can do steal, and then I think it's just underscore v11. Let's just see. Maybe it'll pop up. If it doesn't, you can actually do, okay, no, it probably doesn't work like that. 3M and then works like this. Oh, let's go not like that. Oh, search by creative. Let's do that. Let's go that 3M and then works. Ooh, that's weird. Okay, so there should be a way to find the kit on mobile light. I don't honestly know the best ways to do that. I think if you guys want, actually, I think you could do on mobile light if you want. I'll leave the link in the description. If you're logged into your Roblox account, which you should be on your phone, you can actually hit get model. Okay, you actually will be able to do this on your phone. And when you do that, you just go to your toolbox. Okay, and this is actually for everyone in general. So get the model, and you should be able to have it. I'm actually just gonna download it because I don't need to get it. I don't want to right now. But then I'll just go in the downloads and I'll import it. Okay, so yeah, there's actually a lot of stuff with this guy. So he made a lot of stuff. So we'll talk about this kit in a full. But before we do anything, okay, so I hope you guys are still watching. In the game settings, okay, you got to go to security, and you got to turn on allow HTTP requests and enable Studio's access, okay? A lot of people do not do this. If you're on Studio Lite, you don't need to worry about it. But if you're on Roblox Studio, you have to turn these on. So do that, and you should be good, guys, and everything should actually work. Because a lot of people who watch the video and don't do that, game breaks. Okay, so easy as it is, actually. Well, there's some readmes, instructions, all those kinds of things, but I'll explain it all to you real quick. This is using his kit. There's a few things. Okay, so we have lighting right here. Let's see, what do you put in lighting? Sky, all that stuff. So you can actually delete this if you want. You can grab this, and we can actually do a few things. We can just drag this into lighting, drag this into replicated storage, server script service. Now, if you don't have, sorry, real quick, if you don't have Explorer or properties, go to View tab right here and open them in the top left. Also, guys, please have your output open. If you're new to development, this will help you show errors and codes and all that kind of stuff. So we'll actually be looking at this because I probably will screw something up. So if you need these opened, always use the top tabs to show you. If you don't have this kind of UI, yours looks a little different to mine. Go to File and go to Beta Features, and you should be able to grow down here and turn off Next Gen Studio Preview. Okay, hope that explains a little bit, not too fast. Okay, so we're gonna just drag these all into the places they need to go. Okay, and you should be good just by doing that. Starter player scripts, and then we're gonna drag this into workspace. Okay, we can delete this. So once you do that, now if you can't see some of these, by the way, guys, you can go to model and you can go to service and you can import service right here if you're missing anything, just by the way. Okay, so this is not done. So what we need to do is you can either right click and hit ungroup, just like that, or you can click it and do control U, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just doing it to all of them. So do it to all of them. Okay. So once you do it to all of them, this is a hideous skybox. Oh my God. I don't like this. Okay. So once you do it to all of them, you should be able to look at a few things, of course. There's a bunch of stuff, but yeah. So craft machine, all that kind of crap. So actually, we can actually delete this little base plate, this base plate right here, and you should be good. So this is his full game. That's weird why it does that. Oh yeah, no, well, this is the inside. So technically, if I were to click play right now, everything will work. But there's no animations, there's no nothing. He has a bunch of the stuff like the wheel spinner, shop, all that kind of stuff. He has like a limited thing you can buy. So if you want to buy a limited, person or whatever, you can call it, then you're good. Okay, so there's actually a lot to this. I don't want you guys to get a little confused, but we're gonna close. Well, I can show you workspace and all that kind of stuff and how this works, but we don't need to worry about that right now. As you can tell, there's floor 3 though and floor 2. He did it a little different compared to like normally, because yeah, there's normally like a floor 1, all that kind of stuff. And if you want to customize the look of these things, you guys, there's certain ways to do that. I will say I'd be careful with doing it, but of course what you can do, which I can say, is if you want to make new bases or just, customize, let's say, one of them and make it into a certain design on the map, you can like delete all these. You can literally delete all of them, okay? Go like this, blah, blah, blah. And for the purpose of this game, I'm only going to do 2 bases just because. But what I was trying to say is you can customize it with the colors and everything. Best advice, if you want a plugin that helps you, change the colors of everything, there's a Building Tools by F3X. This is a great plugin. And you can do Shift T or whatever. and I could grab this paint box and I could literally customize this to like look just exactly like Steal a Brainrot by just clicking buttons and clicking the things. So like there's lots of ways to go about this and make it easier. But what I was trying to mention is when you make your base, I recommend just making one and then copying and pasting. So we see it's base 1 right here. You just literally put base 2. At least that's how it should be. So yeah, I'm going to keep this empty for now just because. But so it looks like there's rituals as well, which is pretty cool. Like sign, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I want to close workspace. Now, there's a bunch of stuff. There is a lot. So I don't want you guys to get a little overwhelmed with this. But there's a lot of stuff. So if we were to, I guess, honestly, which is kind of hard because, you know, it's not, again, with when people make these kind of things, it's really hard when you don't have everything in one module where you can just change numbers. So it's kind of hard because I have to go through every script and teach you guys these things. But in the future, if you want to make a game, I don't recommend doing it like this. But I'm probably going to be scripting it from scratch soon here again, like I was mentioning. But okay, so which we need to worry about is all this stuff, of course. So when it comes to making a few things, let's just go through this. Game settings, if you want to make a dev product, which we're going to have to do for some of these things, you'll just go to monetization and do developer product and create that. And then you can edit it and say like, whatever, buy this, and then like 1,000 Robux or something, you know, and click save. And then you can copy the ID of going back here and copy the ID. If you're on phone, you have to do it online. And this goes for actually making a, a game pass too. So game passes, we're going to have to do this. And what I mean by that is, let's just go to one example, guys. Go to your create tab, okay? And then however you have it, so I made this game right now, make sure you guys also go and do maturity and compliance. You have to do this or else people won't be able to play your game. But in here, you're going to have to make passes. So passes are pretty easy to make. Just hit create pass. I'm going to call this like admin panel because that was the first one I saw, and then do here and then create pass, okay? And then you can just go here and copy pass ID. If you want to make it on sale, you see how it says off sale, you click it. Go click this button, go sales, and you turn on for sale and go like 150, right? And then click save changes. There you go. You're done. So now let's just go through top to bottom, okay? I'm going to come back to replicated storage because this is where it gets a little more crazier, but let's just check in here for now. So this was great because it uses profile store, which I want to integrate in the old kit, but we don't need to worry about data, so we're good. Let's just quickly look at some things. Okay, animate template, we're good. This handles animal script. So game pass ID. If you want to make it so they can buy an admin panel, make a game pass and put your ID right here. So I just did that. So I'm going to put that right here. And this manages admin panel, looks like. So we should be good. We don't need to worry about any other things in here. So that script's done. Announcement handler. Looks like you don't need to worry about things. This looks like you can do announcements. Looks like the prefix, I don't know, prefix is right here. So message, just like that, if you want to announce to someone. So we'll talk about that. Buyable events. So right here. Okay, looks like he has 3 events: Taco, Crab Raven, Concert. So that's nice to know. So there's a trait cooldown, but there's a trait product ID. So I don't know what that is. I'm guessing you can buy a trait, which is pretty cool, maybe. Product ID equals trait product ID. Purchase trait. Yeah, it looks like you can buy a trait. Pretty cool. So place that with a dev product. So that's the thing I showed you in the game settings. That is a one-time purchase. So place that ID here. Make it how much money you would like. This is traits as purchasable. So if you do make more traits, you're probably going to go comma and then trait here, whatever. But don't do that if you haven't made any more for now. So in the beginning right now, which we're not going to do probably. But okay, then we have buyable things. So in here, looks like there is more to this. So there's Mythic Lucky Block. It looks like a legendary. I guess you might legendary starter pack admin. These are all dev products, it looks like, and you can do an is limited. So it looks like this is probably where he talks about buyable things. So yeah, so this is that limited thing. I think that's what he's talking about right here. So with the 6-7 right here, I guess it's probably like that. And then there's actually proximity prompts and everything, it looks like too, which is great. But yeah, so you can put your traits in here, your mutations, your names. This might be a little hard, guys, because you might not understand how this works. So if you want me to make some videos and stuff, I can later, but this kind of is how that kind of works. But yeah, I mean, same thing if you were to make a new one, you just copy and paste and then change that. But we're going to go into that in a bit here. So don't worry about this for now. So you're good to just, we'll come back to it. I'm just going to show you guys most majority of things. Check rebirth. We're good. Codes. It looks like he has a code maybe. No, thing types. Yeah, codes right here, actually. Okay, looks like studio script, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. It gives you a mythic lucky block. There's a subscribe, admin, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is where you want to customize codes. If you have certain codes you want to do, feel free to put in a code. You can do a reward. You can do, like, reward is probably the thing name, which I'll go into in a bit here. And then max uses, so 5, like they can use it 5 times. Limited global usage, I don't know how that works, but that's cool. Admin 1, 2, 3, reward, like 500 cash, 1,000 cash. So that's good here. Okay, and then commands. So right here, else if is whitelist equals true, user ID equals commands.whitelist. So we'll talk about, but there's commands.whitelist is probably somewhere in a, yeah, it's in the replicate storage, which we'll talk about. So you're good there. Craft loader, so crafting manager forever pack. Let's just double check. There's nothing in here I need to worry about. Front product purchase. It looks like you do need to put your ID right here. So there is a dev product for forever pack, galaxy pack. So all of these have things. So this is a Game Pass ID. If you read through these scripts, you should be able to understand it kind of. Looks like a galaxy pack gives you a certain things. It gives you stats, so it gives you money. So same thing there. Forever pack gives you something else, but you got to change these IDs. So like I said, this wasn't a great way of like programming the way he programmed this, because it makes it a little hard to configure. If we were to do this, we'd want to make a module that holds all of these things. But yeah, so okay, where were we? Multi. So these are all game passes. So if you want to go and make the game passes, go through these scripts and change the IDs, you'll be great. So I'm not going to go too later into these. It looks like I said, same thing. These are just all game passes you can use. There's VFX, which we'll have to talk about. And then there's the thing script. This kind of manages all the things and how they work. And there's tools, all that kind of stuff. So you don't need to worry about that there, okay? So now we can close that out. Server storage, there's some stuff we have to look at. Starter GUI, we don't have to worry about anything, I don't think. I think he made it so you don't have to worry about it, hopefully. We have chat tag, forever pack. Let's just look in starter player so I can make sure we're not changing anything. Fuse, it looks like there's a skip button, so if you want to change the product ID in there, feel free to. There's a jump scare, which is weird. This is the custom proximity prompts I heard. So with that, actually, if you guys want to look in here real quick, I'll just do that real quick for you guys. If you insert a part into workspace and you go and grab one of these, so like if I just do Command X, let's say, let me just do this, and we'll go paste into, you can actually see the way they look. So like this is an admin proximity prompt. So it looks like he uses custom ones. Oh, I don't know if that's how he does that though. Okay, there's a way to do it. So the max, oh well, let's see, his max distance, yeah, it's infinite, so you don't want that. Most of the time you don't want that. And then I'll put that back in here, but the same thing goes again. So you can just put these in here and it'll like show you the customized and then enabled on, so that's what it's going to look like. And then I'll just make sure it's off, and then Command Z or whatever, and put it back in there. Okay. So you don't need to worry about that. Message, same things. Oh, dev. Let's see. Set core GUI, dev, if global message event. Okay. Set properties, skip, all these kind of things. It looks like we're good. Well, it looks like which Fuse has a skip product ID as well, so I don't know why you put them in there. It's okay though. Okay. So yeah, so we're gonna just go through here, get rid of these things, and we're good. All right. So if I were to just play this game, let's just see real quick. Okay, let's just see if this works. It should work. There probably will be some errors with, yeah, so that's one thing, of course. So index GUI, find first child is one of the errors. Okay, so now I'm spawning in the middle of nowhere, which is great. Okay. So with this, first of all these animations right here, don't worry about that. That's something you're going to have to configure later, but that's just, you know, how that works. So with the data store, so it looks like there's just all these yields, which is kind of crazy because, oh wait, oh yeah, let's do that. Oops. Okay, so server storage, Roblox server script, and then data, and then let's just double check in workspace. I don't have a spawn, or I mean, yeah, these are all the spawns, so that shouldn't be happening. Okay. And then data handler profile store, yeah, this should be right. Data.new Roblox data session end. I'm actually surprised it's not loading in at all. Student scripts asset loaded. Ah, there we go. Okay, so it was just because of the sound service that I didn't do. Okay, So yeah, sounds are missing. Admin panel, we got an error. Check Game Pass, things duplicated, blah, blah, blah. These are just showing that we couldn't load animations, which I will show you in a second here, which you can see is actually coming right now. So it looks like a speed coil, which is kind of nice. This is... Oh, that's funny. What is this? Okay. Well, looks like there's global ranks, rebirth steals, all that kind of stuff. So this person has like a good amount of stuff. It's just very, it's a lot. It's a little bit of a lot for the first time. But it looks like he does a forever pack. So like, okay, I just got a 6-7. Like, there you go. I got my 6-7 first. And I can collect cash. It has a sell. It has a grab. So if I want to grab it, I can do that. And I can place it right here. So there's a lot of stuff. But like I was mentioning, you guys, there's the other scripts and other kits. So if you want to do that, you can. Okay. Looks like he has the index as well, which is pretty cool. Mine that I did on the video, it does 3D models versus just icons, which I kind of mentioned about this, which I'll talk about in a bit. There's codes, so you can see the codes, the index, shop. And then the shop's kind of nice actually because it has like the lucky blocks. It has like starter packs. So like if I were to get like one of these lucky blocks, and then there's like the limited things, there's the products, 2 times rich money, all that kind of stuff. And then there's lucky blocks here too. So, and then you can just like hold E or whatever. And it's going to load them. There's no animations though, of course, but yeah, so it's going to give me a lucky block. What I get? Oh, I got number 9. Okay. So you kind of get the point there, but yeah. Okay. And so this is how the game works. There is the things. Now these are probably floating because of the waypoints, but that's okay. So like if I were to purchase one, it goes to your thing and you could do that. Now customizing these can be a little difficult, which I'm going to talk about. But before I do that, you can kind of look at some other stuff. So like there's the which fuse machine he has. There's like the other fuse machine, which I'm working on this for my kid as well. This is the buy if you want to buy it. The Roblox shop. So that's pretty funny. He used the dialogue from Smarty Dev, or what's his name? Events. So events are a thing too as well. Okay. So as you can tell, remember how I said we customized it? This is how it looks right now. This is the first floor. And if I were to do admin panel, which it doesn't have right here, and you're probably wondering, why don't I have admin panel? Well, I'll show you guys that in a bit here. Oh, I used the thing too. That's kind of funny. Yeah, so this was part of the other videos as well. But yeah, so there's like the name and everything like that. So pretty cool. But yeah, so going with this, customizing it can be a little confusing. I'll say first things first. Okay, so we have the data store. Oh gosh, I didn't even notice that. In starter GUI as well, with these codes and index, if you want to customize this, you're going to have to go into the main GUIs, which there's so much. But in these, you can go and like change the way they look. So like the codes button, there's like certain things you can do. You can do like UI gradients. So if you want to like go through here and like make it red, you can do that. You can go and do like let's just say we want to do a red thing and then UI stroke. I'll go here and I'll make it red. Icon, let's go rebirth. Yeah, it's right here. UI stroke, it's red. We'll go and do like a red right here. I don't think anything else has a like thing on it. So you just go through here, double check, just like that. Yeah, so now there you go. I have a red button now instead of blue. So there's all these things you can go in here and like change the way to look if you want to. It's up to you. But yeah, so you're good. Okay, after starter GUI, the main thing is server storage and replicate storage, okay? So, like I said, this is a little confusing how it was made. This is why I say if you want to watch my first videos and then just follow the series, I recommend it. But how this works. In the configuration, this is where you're touching literally everything, okay? This is where you're making your own things and you're doing certain things like that. So this is where we'll be touching things. As well as in server storage, exact same thing. There is the configuration, sorry. And you go to modules, and there's these as well. Okay, so let's go through server storage first. Asset IDs, unlock base dev product. This is a dev product that's going to do the thing where it's like when you go up to the steel door, if you want to unlock it, you can just put that right here. Okay, and that is a dev product. Same thing again. You just make it once through game settings and monetization, or you can do this on your phone. Either way works. And then after that, there's commands. This is the commands. This is how you get admin panel. So I didn't have it, which I was telling you about. So to get admin panel or to get your commands, you have to put your profile ID in here. To get your profile ID, you go to your profile and you grab this ID right here. So just grab this ID. You should be good after you grab it. And you will just put that right here. Okay. And if you want to add a friend, you just hit a comma and you go like that. And you just keep going. If you want to add friends, that's how you do friends. But other than that, we just need meme, so that's fine for now. And then prefix, if you want to make it like a exclamation point, do that. But for now, I have it as a slash, which is fine. So you're good about that. Don't worry about that. Guaranteed rarities. It looks like admin was a guaranteed rarity, and then there's amount and time. If you want to make more guaranteed rarities, like you want to do mythic or something, you just go down right here, and then you would go like mythic, and then you'd go through here. Now, guaranteed rarities is actually for the sign right here where it shows, you know, oh, guaranteed mythic's going to spawn in 5 minutes. That's what this is for. So time is in seconds, so just divide that by 60, okay? So yeah, so I'm going to just delete this because I don't know if mythic's a rarity in this. And we have traits. Traits is another thing as well. So this one's a little different because he actually has it. So there's a few things like events and stuff, which I'm going to talk about in a sec here. But he already has a bunch of traits and events. So to look at this actually down here, if you want to make different traits, different events, all those kind of things, as you can tell, this is how, so this is where you make them, okay? So just FYI. So make traits, he has it a certain way, but this is where you make them. So if, let's just read from one real quick. In black hole, or whatever the name is, there's a chance of 100%. I don't know what that means. It should be 100%, not 100%, but that just means, pretty sure it means 100% of a chance of spawning, but whatever. There's a multiplier, so multiplying the money if they get the trait. And then there's a time, exact same thing. So for how long it lasts. And then cooldown is how long it won't happen again for. Let's say that. Now there's start trait visual. Looks like he did his function start trait visuals and stop trait visuals. So if we were to make a new one, guys, we'd go right here and we'd go like, okay, we'd call it like candy or something. And then you'd go like in here and you say candy. And then you go candy here, change these values, change the icon, all those kind of things. Now the icon, probably we're going to talk about this because it's with all the other things. With the icon, you actually want to make just an image, like an image label, let's see, or you can just do this. Actually, if you go to toolbox, if we have candy, for example, we can search up decals and we can go like candy, okay? And then, okay, candy. Let's go all decals. There you go. And if like we wanted candy, you just like click this and then grab that texture ID right here. So just simple as that. You literally just grab this right here. Control C, and you can just go and put this right in this, and then that's good. That's all you do. So guys, like I said, my other kit, it's probably better you just start from scratch because it just this can get confusing. But like start trait visuals, it looks like he has a certain thing, but like there's probably not a start trait visuals for. Well, actually, let's go down here. Probably it's down here. Start trait visuals. Where is that at? Start trait visuals. Okay, right here. Oh, so then it goes right here. Yeah, if trait name equals UFO, it does UFO. If trait name is something else, I'm guessing, then you just go do more. Okay, so this is a whole ordeal. That's just, you have to watch separate videos for that, I would say. But yeah, so just kind of look at that code. So now we're back in replicated storage. Okay, so in modules, looks like we have a dialogue module. This is that one module I was talking about for the when you walked up to the shop right here. They did that dialogue. Don't worry about that. Events. So same thing again. This is kind of just like traits. All your events are going to be in here. Looks like he has so much, which is crazy. But he has like dances. So if you want to do dances, you want to do dance true, rainbow base part, chances, time, cooldown, sounds, all those kind of things. Tool name. It gives you a tool name, I guess. There's like things, there's prizes. This one's cool. I didn't even know he did all those. So we're going to have to look at them and see how they work. Simple, though. Yeah, so he already has candy. So you don't even need that. There's sound, I guess. So if you go to, like, probably sound service and go to event sounds, he has sound in here. So if I were to make a candy sound, you could probably just go right here and duplicate it and go candy. And then you could just set this to true. And then that's where you put your ID in, is in here. But I'm going to go false because I don't have a sound ID just like that. But there's machines. There's a wheel for all of them. So talking about that, that is in the map, I think. Where is it? No, events. Yes, right here. So in the events, there's all the machines. So these are all the machines if you want to do them, of course. But I wouldn't worry about that right now. So looks like this one was the first one he has. Which one is this? Wheel? Oh, no. That's not one. Okay. Well, either way. So, going in this, Okay, so in here, events. You have to copy and paste once again, and if you want to copy and paste and make a new event, you'd go down here and you'd call it something else, like, here. Um, if you guys want to start from scratch, I recommend doing that just because it might get a little confusing. So feel free to do that if you need to. But in here, it kind of is self-explanatory. There's also dev product, you guys, so it looks like you need to change certain things. So this is for the wheel, and this is for the machine. What I mean by machine, I'm gonna just have to show you it. It's like the machine to spin the wheel if you want to spin the wheel for a certain amount of dev products, all those kind of things. But I'm gonna make better tutorials for that. So main thing, main doing, Okay, mutations. So you have mutations. Mutations and rarities. Let's open up both of them. You have rarities and mutations, okay? So he had an admin, which was different, but there's like common, there's epic, there's rare, there's legendary, mythic, there's Brainrot God. In my old kit, if you guys join the Discord, so if you're not in the Discord, like I said, please join because I give out free kits and everything in there, and I have like updated Steal a Brainrot kits and stuff if you want to become part of the membership as well. But yeah, everything is in here too, so I talk about everything on a daily basis. But yeah, so okay, in rarities and mutations, before you kind of like go and start making things, I want to show you first how this kind of works. It looks like it's in replicated storage, so let's just double check. I thought it was in server storage. Maybe you moved it. Thanks. Okay. Whoa. Why does he have two of them? Okay, that's not how it was in the last one. Great. So, okay. I guess we'll just kind of go like this because there's a little bit of a difference here now. So if you're going to mess with this kit and you have rarities and mutations, this kind of talks about the last kit too. Basically inside of it, you have the rarities and then you have mutations. Mutations are the things that are going to spawn on top of them. So is it going to get a chance of becoming gold if it's a rare Brainrot or a secret Brainrot? Can it be gold? So this is actually what's in the index as well. So these are the 4 things that are showing on the index, and you have to collect all the mutations. This talks about diamond. So if you want to do diamond, this is where you would go and you'd say diamond. Okay, so there's actually default, gold, diamond, and then what is it? What's the other one? Galaxy? Oh yeah, galaxy. Okay. And then there's chances. You can like change the colors like right here. So I'm gonna go blue with this one. Gold is that default. So like, yeah, gold, diamond, galaxy. Those are the 3 ones, right? And then there's events. If you want to make them event only, that's where you set it to true. Okay. Now, mutations. I don't recommend adding too many, but there's lots of things you can do with mutations. But you don't really have to worry about it. But okay, so I just changed diamond, okay, and galaxy. So if we were to look at his thing, there's a few things you guys have to worry about. So I guess he has 2 of them, 3 of them, which is like beyond me. I don't know why. I'm guessing he's using thing models for like the index or something, which you don't have to do that. But okay, so in here, see how I just did? There was witch. I'm gonna just change that to diamond just for the case of this video. But how this works is it's running on a manual kind of like programming. So if you were to do it on like runtime, let's say, where it's like, oh, if it's like a mutation of gold, you like change all the parts using a script. But we're not doing that because our things that we're making are like humanoid root parts and they're like people, which is kind of hard to do that just through a script because they have clothes on, they have certain assets on, and sometimes you can't just change meshes to just turn them into gold. It doesn't really work like that. So, I mean, unless you're using a custom character with texture, appearances, all that kind of stuff. So don't mind that. But okay, so like I said, we have default, galaxy, gold, night, diamond. Okay, so as you tell in mutations, we have default, gold, diamond, galaxy. Now there is night. So if I were to actually search up night one more time, which I'm pretty sure this is in traits, if I'm right, or codes. It looks like there's a code. Oh no, that's not codes. Events, night. Mutation night. These are all mutation nights. Okay, that's weird. I don't even see a mutation night in here. Oh, this is where you'd have to go like this, actually. That's really weird he has that, but he doesn't have the thing. It'd actually be like this, and then this would actually go true on the event. Because this is an event only. So how this works is basically inside of your things folder, there's 2 or 3 of them. If you want to make different ones or whatever, in each folder, okay, so galaxy mutation, gold mutation, night mutation, all those kinds of things. There's the Brainrots, right? So how it works is in each of them, let's say you have the diamond one, right? So they all have certain mutations, but they look different. They're all the same. So if I were to open up like night and secret, we have the exact same thing. We go mythic. Well, yeah, this one has mythic too. We go common. This has common. It's just everything is copy and paste basically. But okay, so here, for example, this one has admin. It's those things. It doesn't have all these. So how this kind of works as script is basically it checks each folder and it sees if it has something in the folder or not. If it doesn't have something in the folder during the event, it's just going to warn you, blah, blah, blah. That's how it was programmed. But how this works is you have to have the same amount of rarity folders as you do in your rarities module, okay? And you have to have the exact same amount of mutation folders and the main folder as you have in your mutation module. That makes sense. So if I were to add another mutation, like I said, which was I did diamond right here, I have to change this to diamond. But I have to also change it in the other ones up here in replicated storage. And that is vice versa. So what I would recommend is just like if you want to, which we're going to talk about making the things, when you make the things, do it just in one thing, do it one at a time, and then just copy this folder, paste it into replicated storage, and then do it twice, and then name the next one things model, if that makes sense. So you'd literally just copy whatever one we do, which in a bit I'll talk about, and we want to make custom characters, paste it in here in replicated storage at the end, and then just go thing models, okay? But like I said, if you're making a new mutation, like something else, you'd go like, I don't know, epic or something. This is a rarity called, but it's a mutation, and then you add it to this folder by the mutation module by going like this and saying epic, okay? And do false, chance, multiplier, all that kind of stuff, if that makes sense. So you have to have them with a thing. And then in each of these folders, in the folder, it has to have all the rarities that you made. So if we were to go look at the rarities, we have common, rare, legendary, mythic, secret, admin. So inside of all of these, we have admin, common, legendary, mythic. It's like the rainbow, rare, secret, all that kind of stuff. But rainbow is not even in a rarity. So that's also a mutation. Yeah, that's another mutation we forgot about is rainbow. So just add that, okay, if that kind of gets to your point. And then events, it's asking, okay, what kind of mutation do you want to give? We want to give night. We want to give gold. We want to give rainbow. We want to give diamond. If that kind of adds up, okay? So I'm going to play in a sec. I'm going to play it real quick, but let me double check we didn't do anything. Yeah, wait, let's go through the rest of this real quick before we make anything. Okay, so in Rebirths, Rebirths is honestly already set up for you. If you want to look at these, feel free to. But basically what happens, you just Rebirth 1, it unlocks multiplier, money, time. It unlocks floor 2. It requirements are 5,000 cash or money, and then you have to have this certain thing. If you want to do Rebirth 2, you have to have 70,000 cash. Rebirth 3 is 55,000 cash. I guess there's teleport to base, which that's weird. I don't know what that is. But every time you rebirth, you get certain things, and then it goes to like floor 3 somewhere. Yeah, right here. In the 5th rebirth, you get floor 3. So that's how that works. And then it requires you have to have a mythic lucky block and 55 million, I think is what it says, cash to rebirth. So in here, it's really easy to do. Copy and paste all these numbers, but it's actually really configured for you already. The only thing I'd recommend changing is the money or this right here. So just type in the name of your character, which I'll talk about in a second here, how to make it. Type in the name of your character right here, okay? And then in ServerLuck, this is where you can make Gamepasses and dev products to do ServerLuck. So there's 2 times ServerLuck, 4 times ServerLuck, and 8 times ServerLuck. So it looks like if you buy it twice, 4, or 8 times, you can, 3 times. It's only actually 3 times because you buy it for 1 time and then the 2nd time and then the 3rd time. There's the time, there's the price, and then there's the dev product ID. So same thing again. This is 500 seconds, 500 seconds, 500 seconds, which is, I don't know how many minutes, but do the math, I guess. And then the price is at what it would show on the Robux. So how much Robux this costs is 500, and then that's what probably for the GUI or something. Dev product ID, same thing. This is just the dev product ID. So then in the things, this is where it gets a little more confusing, which we're going to talk about. So I'm going to close these ones out. Events, yeah, rarities, we'll keep that open to show you. Then there's the tools. So tools are actually another simple thing. I think, honestly, in my opinion, go watch the video I made about making tools. It's in this series. It talks about like making a speed tool and then the gravity coil. He already has some in them, but I think you guys should look at my tool thing because it actually is a little bit better, and we use Satchel, and it's better in my opinion. So I'd recommend going and looking at those. But yeah, go watch the video on that. But yeah, basically you have the tools, you make new tools. If your bat is not having a sound or, I mean, an animation, this is probably what's going to happen to you guys. Your bat's not going to work when you play your game. That is because you need to make an animation. To make an animation for it, you go and, like, let's say, search up Toolbox. You could go models. Like I said, guys, go watch my video. I made a video on this actually just a bit ago. Bat R15, you'd get this. You'd go here, and then, like, you would go to avatar. So, nope, that is not what I meant. What just happened there? Animation editor, you'd open it, and then you do like, okay, this is use. You go here, you'd hit publish to Roblox. You do it under your group if it's under your group game or me, and then you click save, okay? And then you literally just copy that ID that you had. So I delete this, whatever. Oops. And then you go to, oops, I'm gonna delete this too. You go to tools and you put that ID into this animation ID, okay? So it's not gonna work if you just join your game. I will tell you that. And same goes for slap. And then icon, same thing again. If you want to get a decal that is a bat, which he already has, I think one, you search up bat or something, and then you can put a baseball bat in the icon ID. So that's how these work. Okay, good there. Whitelist. Looks like it's the same thing as the commands we did, which I don't know why he has that once again. So add yourself to the whitelist one more time, just like the admin command. Okay, so that's good. All right, so okay, going into that now. Owner base. What is this one? Spawnable things. Weird. Oh, looks like there's like empty slots and like certain things you do for this. Okay, well, we don't need to worry about that. Oops, there we go. Okay, so talking about making characters, I'm gonna just click play real quick, and we're just gonna like do an event real quick too, because I want to show you. God, I hate these errors because it looks like it's like so bad, but you know, yeah, it looks like you duplicated to. That's funny how it works. Okay, so look, we have admin now. So great. I can put up admin. Hello. Yay, sends an announcement out. Pretty cool, right? So send an announcement out. There's ServerLuck. So 2 times, I think, 500. There's ServerLuck. Yay. Oh, and it has like the little like information thing too. That's pretty cool. And then there's the codes, which we already did. Oh yeah, so oh wait, this is does that have like a mutation on that? What the heck is that doing? Okay, weird. So if I do like want to do stuff like there's like fun, oh that's kind of cool. Fun, morph, stats, mod, base, lock base, mod, cool. Morph main admin. Okay, inside spawn, server spawn. There's a bunch of stuff. So trait, there's a bunch of traits. So UFO, server start. Let's just see. So, oh my gosh, find child of configuration. Local traits is configuration. Find first child. That was weird. Okay, let me go back. Let's hope that didn't break anything. Oh yeah, and you guys see it says guaranteed admin. That's kind of what I was talking about. Hopefully that didn't break anything. Let's set that to false. Let's do the same thing again. Weird. Okay, candy. No, wait. Let's do 6-7 because that was actually a trait. Let's go true. We can do the same thing again. Ah, there we go. So he has a 6-7 event. So 6-7, I guess. And now it's like 6-7 mustard. I don't know what the heck that is, but there probably is sound. It just doesn't. It's not playing it. So like, okay, well, I want to go and do another one. It looks like he had like DJ. I'm gonna add true to that. So yeah. So animation ID. Those kind of things. Okay, as you can tell, look, you see how these are adding like, oh yeah, it does like a party. That's kind of funny. Oh, it's right here. You see how he has like the little traits? Those are the traits right here. You see? So that's kind of what that's doing. And then admin, same thing here. So if I were to go and do like, I don't know, taco, right? Let's go taco. Set that to true. Oh, okay. This one has sound. I'm gonna get copyrighted. Okay, so there you go. So now we have taco for that. So that's like another thing you can do. And as you can tell, the traits are like applying, but it's a little different because it's not programmed to the point where like it puts the traits on. Like it looks like everyone's getting it, which that's the thing of the chances. So his chances are set to 100, which is probably why that's happening. So if you don't want that to happen, you have to change the chances. Okay. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna make a video on these tutorials later. But yeah. Okay. So kind of cool, right? That's how those work. So how do you make a thing, right? So that's like the biggest question. And as you can tell, only commons are spawning. So if we were to look at our rarities, I'm pretty sure it's probably why. 50%, weird. Well, I mean, that is a very low chance, 5% chance. No, that's not a very low chance. It should just be looking at these things either way. So, oh yeah, I forgot to say, the rate is like, if you want to slow down how fast they spawn in the things module, that talks about how fast they spawn. Change that ID right here. Speed is like your player speed, so change that to what you want that to be. I don't know why steal speed is higher than player speed. It should be like the opposite. It should be like this is 18, and then this is like 16, okay? So do something like that. Okay, so making a, yeah, so he kind of talks about right here, making a thing. So if we were to make our own, I'm going to just do another one just because. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to copy and paste, okay? And I'm going to go thing 2, right? I'm going to set the rarity to rare. Okay. Oh, that's why they're only spawn. That's only spawning is because these are all admins and mythic blocks. So that makes sense. I'm going to make this rare. Okay. And I'm going to set the price to like, it costs $1,000, 5 money per second. It's like 1,000 money per second, whatever. There's the icon. There's walk animation, idle animation, carry animation, buy, steal sounds, all those kind of stuff. For these animations, you have to make them for that character. So depending on how you do that, like I said, you should go watch my video that talks about making custom characters that are rigged if you want to do that. But if you were like wanting to do like, I don't know, like a Brainrot character, so like there's certain ways to do this, but right now it's using I'm just gonna quickly grab them to show you, but it's using this. So if we go and paste this in workspace, it's just using a humanoid. This is what this is. It's just a person and like a humanoid part or whatever. So using that auto weld parts, what the heck is this? Using this, if you want to add like, okay, let's just go and add a humanoid. I don't know if that breaks it. I don't remember. You could add like a shirt. You could add like pants. Okay. It should do stuff. I mean, I don't know why it looks like this, but okay. So if I were to use that, I have a catalog thing. So this is just a plugin I'm going to use, but you don't have to. Let me just double check. Maybe it doesn't work for this. I don't know why. However these were made was not right. Okay, hold on. Hold your horses, actually. If you go grab the thing kit that was made by... okay, if you go grab the thing kit... Hold on, 1 second here. Oops. Yes, where is it? Still a thing, okay, by Golden Milk. He actually has the correct ones. I'm pretty positive. Let me just double check. No. Server storage. Default. Common. Let me grab one of these. Let me just double check real quick. Okay, so we go to map. Let me just see real quick. Are they the same? Yeah, they're the same. I wonder why it's doing that, actually, though. Because if you go right here... God, do I have to go look at my game now? I'm, like, confused. I thought I made these right. No, because you should be just able to add a shirt and then add pants. But it needs a humanoid. That's why I'm confused. Oh, wait. That's probably why, too. Okay, hold on. How does this work? Wait. Okay, so it's kind of weird looking at mine and then, like, comparing the two kits. Like I said, guys, this is, like, my kit. It's more Steal a Brainrot, you know? This is very different, customized. But I actually just grabbed Tigini Pizzanini, which is my friend Tico, who helped make the kit, actually. So what I was saying, so, yeah, this is why. You kind of need this humanoid. So to get that, you guys, you can actually just import a rig. And to import a rig, it can be any rig. It actually can be any rig, sorry. There's just a few things which I'm going to tell you about what you have to do. But it's really simple. So with like an NPC, if you are on Studio Lite, just search up like a R15 rig or something. And any of these should work. Like this one is totally fine. This should work. Reason being is if you want to add like shirts and stuff, I think it should work. Let's just see. Maybe not, maybe so. Let's just grab this real quick and put this into here. least. Yeah. Okay, it worked. So there's just because of the humanoid stuff here. This is why. So what you have to do now, this is where it gets a little confusing. To make a thing, or the way you do it, it depends how you. If you're on computer, it's really much more simpler because you can just like copy and paste things. You can like put on accessories using like commands or like plugins. So there's so much you can do with that. If you want to just like, okay, this is a good example right here. If you're on our like mobile light, let's say you want to use this guy as your like your thing. You want to use this as your, it's like a dojo or something. So we would look in here. Looks like we have anime hair. So I would put this like up here. Let's delete this. Okay, I'm gonna, yeah, this is a good example. I'll just use this one. Okay, this is Tigini Pizzanini, but yeah, so I'll get rid of these two. Okay, so in dummy, humanoid would go like distance to none right here, so it doesn't have that little tag above him. And we'd call this thing 2, right? Now, anime same, so get rid of this, okay? Handle, mesh, we go in here, we want to double check everything's good in here, we're good. And then humanoid root part, this is R15, right? Yeah, so that's good. So then we can go right here and we can go and grab all of these. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to set anchor to off on all of the parts, okay? This includes accessories. So if there's an accessory like Tigini is an accessory, go inside that, make sure it's anchored is off, okay? So Tigini, good. We're going to actually go inside here, also do can collide is off too. It doesn't matter, it'll turn off automatically, but humanoid root part needs to be anchored. So make that anchored, okay? So that should be about it. Like, you should have your character. It should be made. It should be good. Like I said, though, like, these, like, handle parts. So, like, I don't even know if this is welded to the head. So, like, I would, like, need to go here and, like, go Moon Animator, like, easy weld parts. Like, I could join this in place, whatever. Or I could just go, I could actually just go right here and do a weld. And I could go, oops, I could go part 1 to like part 1, or yeah, well, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Let's go back like that. Let's actually do this. This is better. This is a Motor 60 weld, so that's better. Okay, so I kind of talked about this in the last video, so feel free to do that. So that's it. So then you grab your thing, and I'm gonna put them in rare, okay? But I only did it in the one folder, so I'm gonna go down and do it in. Oh shit. So that's that's where you have to go and do it in all of them. So that's why you have to go and go default galaxy. If you want to do it in all of them. So like, do you want to give them a galaxy? Like, there's a galaxy rare, yeah. You want to do a gold rare, yeah. Gold. Knight, of course. So gold on there. Diamond in there. So we're just gonna paste all of them in here, okay? So I'm just gonna do it in the basic one, of course. Though I'm not gonna do it in the rest of them just because I'm too lazy. And then in the things, go to default. Go to rare, paste in 2, okay? And you should be good, just like that. So now, let's say you wanted to do custom animations for that R15. Like, I wanted to do like let me do like an R15 walk. Oh yeah, and then the things, true. So thing 2, good, we're good here. So like, there's an idle, so like I do like R15 walk anime. I don't know, maybe is there like an anime walk or something? Walk, let's see, R15 Aura walk. I don't know. Like, let's see. I don't know. Let's go R15 walk animation. There's like a bunch of stuff you can do, honestly. But if you were to grab like animations and just upload it, like I was mentioning, depending on how cool they are, I don't know how cool they are, but this one's probably not amazing. Let's just see. Yeah, that's horrible. Okay, we're just not doing that. Okay, well, you gotta get the point. So you put the animation in here, walk animation, and then carry animation is actually the carry animation of like you carrying the person. So I talked about it in other videos, so I'd probably go watch those. But okay, so if I hit play, we might get a few errors. Let's just double check. So admin pounds channels are missing. Bandless update is enabled. Data stores access to queue. Okay, so it's okay. All right, there you go. So here we are. Here's our thing right here. So it was just made just like that. And if we purchase it, it should go to our base. Now, that's something I want to work on, but yeah, that's an issue. So, oh wait, no, I'm kidding. Speed is actually more different, I think. I don't know. All right, well, yeah. So now he's in here, and this is the idle animation he's doing. So that's kind of the whole point on how this works. With everything like that. So I could just go right here and go grab. But that is an issue people are having issues with, is like, oh, your character's falling through the floor. Make sure it's just not anchored, okay? And then, like, these characters are different. Like, I don't know. It's probably just a part, so I'll show you how this works. But it's the same vice versa kind of thing. So if I go default, secret, maybe, rare. Where's my freaking 6-7 guy? Here we go, an admin. If I put this in workspace, if you look at it, all it is a humanoid rear part. And the humanoid rear part is this big box, which is like, okay, you don't need that. But there's a trait head. Oh, it looks like it's a trait head. Do we need a trait head? I didn't even notice that in the other ones. Well, we'll look at that. I guess there's auto weld parts. Maybe there's an auto weld system. Okay. There's eyes and then a humanoid rear part. So I don't know if this auto weld thing is like a thing he makes, so it actually just auto welds everything. If it is, that's cool. I wouldn't think so. I'm guessing, yeah, it uses weld constraints, so that's kind of weird. But yeah, so basically this is like how you make it. If you want to make like a part thing, it's just humanoid repart, and then it's just these like parts that are like literally welded, so it's like whatever. But yeah, so that's it, you guys. That's almost it. I mean, we have pretty much everything talked about. Like I said, I'd recommend you guys come and watch like the other tutorial series. This is just kind of like a main broad thing. Oh, and then the fuse systems. If you go to server storage modules, I almost forgot about this, but this also talks about like if you want to fuse things, there's like certain values. I wouldn't recommend touching these ones, but it talks about mutations right here again. So we did diamond, right? So we'd go diamond. And we did galaxy as well. So I'd go here and I'd go galaxy. So I wouldn't worry much about this. There's also the crafting manager, same thing, skip. And then there's the, oh, I don't even know. Maybe there is a skip thing in here too. Who knows? And this all talks about like the crafting and everything as well. And then there's rituals. So if you want to do like rituals and stuff, he has a few things with that. A lot of it's kind of just self-explanatory. I was just kind of helping you like get it set up for you to like do what you need to do. But yeah, this is like how it works. And then this also talks about the lucky blocks. So anywhere you see lucky block, search it in the find place. And if you were going to make your own lucky blocks, you're going to have to change literally every script. So that's the one thing you have to do. But if you want to just start from scratch and just get rid of everything, it's recommended. Then you don't have to worry about it. Then you don't have to stress about it. And it's not too much of a hassle with like code and everything for you guys. So if that makes sense. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this like tutorial. I know it was long. This is just something I like to make for people who want to stay and watch a video like this. So, you know, there's just so many videos out there, but I might as well like go in depth about it and talk about it because this is a full kit and it's already made. It's just something, you know, you have to look at and kind of dive deeper into. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you are here and stayed to the end, thank you guys very, very much. I appreciate you guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.